All right, I'm here with Leo from Qwinix. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Good, good, good. So talk to me a little bit about DevOps from your perspective. What does DevOps mean?
All right, DevOps from my perspective is all about collaboration and empathy. What we really want to do is achieve speed by having people really working together, sharing their experience, sharing their expertise, and not have silos, not have barriers between developers, operations, QA, and all those people that actually have just a common goal, which is to get a better product out there faster, with more quality, more stability, and that's what DevOps is about. What do we need to do as far as culture, process, and tools to achieve that goal? And I think the main component of that, the core component, is we got to get people working together, trusting each other, and trusting what each other does, and give them the tools so that through that trust, they can deliver faster.
So I love that because it focuses on the people and the collaboration of the team. So how important, does that change the way companies are hiring?
I think definitely. Yeah. I think, well, you got to find the right people, but the right people, now you have to kind of like broaden your perspective as to what the right people are. Because you usually focused on the technological skills of them. And now we're talking about a lot of soft skills. We're talking about trust and passion about what they do and empathy. And it's difficult to, like, you got to introduce those variables into your hiring process. You're looking just for people, like if you find people that are really good at what they do, but they're not really part of a team, they're not there to collaborate, then you're going to run into trouble, no matter how good they are. And that's the same thing with the tools. Like, you can have all these fantastic tools that if your people are not there to use them for a greater goal, for a greater objective, then it's not going to work. So really, DevOps starts from the heart of the people, like from the heart of your staff. And it's something that not just as far as hiring, but also as far as culture building. Yes. Like, usually you just build culture around performance and around benchmarks and metrics. Now you got to introduce into your culture all the soft skills and this psychological and even emotional factors, because you're not just dealing with you're dealing with the psychology of people. Like, speed and agility usually trigger fear. Am I gonna be out of business because automation is gonna take my job? What happens if the developers are doing part of what I did? Do I lose control? You gotta have trust. You gotta have love with your team, right? And that's something that you're gonna have to introduce into your culture.
And so how do you do that? I mean, how do you do that? How do you build that culture?
I think it's all dependent on where your culture started.
Yeah,
it depends on the size of the enterprise, and if you're a startup and you're like a 5 guys team that all are really tightly bound together, you have a lot of less barriers to overcome. You probably already have it up to a certain extent. As if you are this Fortune 500 that has multiple business units and they're really old school, and they're kind of like used to their waterfall development patterns, and they're used to all this stuff. How you do it, it's something that is very dependent to each enterprise. And I think that's what's really exciting about DevOps right now, because as time has progressed, there's been frameworks and patterns that have been identified kind of like to achieve change in other areas, Agile, for example, and stuff like that. Right. But we are the ones that are building that body of knowledge right now. Is there a pattern? Is there a framework that is applicable or not? And at this point, like, you see all these cases, like, they're all different. They all approach it different. Right. And it's like, how do you fix a marriage? How do you build a friendship? You don't know. It's all depending on the people that are part of that relationship. But it's kind of like what we're trying to determine.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I love that viewpoint, and yeah, let's talk about that more. We'll be in touch.
Sweet.
Cool, man. Thanks, Leo.
Thanks, man.